Zdravo svima, samo da vidim kako se vidim. Ovo će biti jedna prva planirana izložba online na engleskom jeziku, pošto imam pratioce sa svih strana. Neko bi mogao da mi kaže koliko se čujem, pošto mikrofon ne mogu da namontiram trenutno. I ovo neće da se puni, znači neću moći da vidim komentare jer mi je mobilni ka meni. Zašto neće da se puni? Sve u svemu, dok ne dođu stranci, plan je bio da imam izložbu u nekoj galeriji, ali trenutno mi je izuzetno psihički teško, verovatno zbog ovog naglog promjena vremena, da idem po galerijama da predstavljam radove i td. itd. Sve u svemu, nadam se da vam je nedelja dobra. Ako naravno bude bilo više naših pričama na srpskom, prevešće YouTube ili šta već, samo da vidim. Dobro, koliko drži baterija? Drži. Rekli smo 4 sata. Krećemo. For the people who just joined, who are not from Serbia, welcome. This is my first online exhibition designed to celebrate art, to just talk about the paintings that I believe are the most prominent pieces I've done in the last couple of years. So anyway, I'm happy to be able to share my artistic journey with everyone. Like I said just a moment ago, it was planned that that's not on my list of priorities, and I believe this is easier. It's easier to reach audience. It's easier to get a global kind of insight into what people think about my work, etc. I started painting about 2 years ago, and I never actually believed that I'm gonna be here. It sounds like a cliche, but I just started it as a way to vent after stressful work environment every day. I do work online. That doesn't unfortunately diminish the fact that you can still work with people who don't do their jobs, and I'm a person who values time, so I just found myself in a stressful environment. So I picked up a brush. I did draw a lot when I was a kid. Let me just check if there are comments. Tell me if there are more people from Serbia. I can switch to Serbian. So hi everyone. I have like a mirror screen here, but the battery is probably gonna die soon, so I won't be able to see the comments. I hope you can hear me well. I couldn't mount my microphone, so I'm just gonna be a little louder. I wanted to become an artist ever since I was a kid. I also, weirdly enough, wanted to become a police officer, so I did graduate from the police academy. Unfortunately, finances weren't the best, so I couldn't study art, but here I am. It doesn't matter. I guess eventually you get to live the dream that you wanted to if you're brave enough. I'd just like to mention once more that this is a first online exhibition that I'm gonna host. I'm gonna host several more on Meta platforms and YouTube. It's just the idea that why should I limit myself with physical galleries here. It's hard enough to get a spot as an artist, I believe, as it is, like they say, in this economy, in this world. At the moment, I'm hoping that's gonna change. So I just decided, hey, why not? I have a phone, I post videos every day, let's just do online. Thank you. Please tell me if you hear me well, I'm trying to be loud enough. I forgot the music, maybe it's for the best. Zdravo svima iz Srbije, ponovo. Another reason why I decided to go online for this is that I published a book in Serbia in 2017 and that didn't go well. I have bad experiences where people just were not interested in the topic. I guess that kind of reflects to me believing that people may not be interested in my art in Serbia. I don't know. It's a me thing, probably. So maybe painting is different, maybe it's not. It remains to be seen. But anyway, I'm here today to share with you some work. But before that, I would like to proceed by reading a quote from one of my favorite books, Dictionary of the Khazars by Milorad Pavic. I find myself reading that book and coming back to that book often, and it just, in some moments, it did teach me a lot. It is not I who makes the colors, but your own vision, he answered. I only place them next to one another on the wall in their natural state. It is the observer who mixes the colors in his own eye like porridge. Therein lies the secret. The better the porridge, the better the painting, but you cannot make good porridge from bad buckwheat. Therefore, faith in seeing, listening, and reading is more important than faith in painting, singing, or writing. I believe this quote shows the key thing, the key aspect of painting is that you can paint the most disastrous painting, or you can paint the most beautiful painting, and you can know all the rules, and you can follow all the rules, or you can break the rules. It's the viewer who ultimately determines whether your painting is something that speaks to them, which is one of the reasons I actually work in many styles. I try to. That also, being self-taught, helps me practice. The first piece, I have them lined up here. Let me see. Okay, let me try to get it a little closer. Because this is... Okay, I'm guessing this is fine. I'm just gonna hold it like this. Shine the light on it a little bit. Okay. This is White Queen. This was done in November 2024. This is acrylic on canvas, 40 by 30 centimeters. Fun fact is that the background was supposed to serve for something completely different. I wanted to paint a city. I wanted to paint something like a city in fog, more kind of an industrial piece, but me being primarily focused on landscapes, I figured, you know, this background, I can make it anyway some other time, let's just go with winter. White Queen is also, I believe, the most favorite piece of most people who saw it online. She grabs the most attention, she grabs the most likes. I honestly, because I made it, I don't know why. Guessing it's the subtleness of the branches or snow. These are markers. I have archival markers, and I use markers in acrylic. I followed a few simple rules here. Snow is never fully white, and snow reflects the surroundings. And this was done with one brush, and I saved that brush, and I'm never gonna throw that brush away, because this actually prompted me to do a series, the Royal Winter series. I will present that series eventually again. I presented in a form of a photo, but I guess I'm gonna present it in a form of a video or a live stream. I don't think this is actually... Hey, we love Julie. Thank you. Can you hear me okay? I need a feedback on sound. I couldn't attach the microphone. And I can't click anything because the phone is like 2 meters away. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Happy you managed to join. Where was I? Yeah, I'm gonna show that whole series. I have prints of her only, which I don't think I can sell her, honestly. I'm not gonna hang her either, but I don't think I'm gonna sell her. She's, for some reason, everyone convinced me she's like the pinnacle, which I don't think she is. I'll show you what I think personally the pinnacle is, but okay, like, that's exactly what I mean. People see her and people love her, which to me she's like okay, I guess. So the series that she inspired involves the White King, White Prince, and White Princess. They're not around at the moment, but we're gonna get to that too. Zdravo svima, zdravo. Ovo inače je planirano na srpskom posebno da bude, ali nema veze, neka ste vi došli. Bitno da se razumemo. Thank you. So I'm gonna show her one more time. I have a couple of prints if anyone wants them. They're not for the US. I can't send anything to the US at the moment, or Canada. So they're only for Serbian folks. So let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think my little screen thingy died. Yeah, so I hope you see her well. I'm gonna try to... There are also photos on my Instagram and all around, so let me just get her away. Let's see, Copper Sunset. Okay. This is one of the pieces. Oh, it works. Okay. This is one of the pieces that actually I scream and swear working with copper sheets. That's about the only time I actually scream and swear when I paint. But these, they make me livid, but they are so pretty. So occasionally I would buy like a set or two, copper or gold, or like rose gold, I think they have it, and I'm gonna hate that day, but I'm gonna work with it. So this one, thanks Julie. This one actually, she shines. Let me see. Okay, she shines. And honestly, most of my works are kind of there without any plan. I just try to see the shapes and forms within the canvas when I lay down something. In this case, this was copper. Probably somewhere in here the copper peeled off. But you don't see it because this is oil on copper, and I am waiting for, I believe this was done in July. So yeah, soon I'm gonna be able to varnish her. This is 24 times 30 centimeters on canvas. It's called Copper Sunset. and I plan to frame her. At the moment, she's on Saatchi Art listed, which as people who follow me know that I struggle with pricing, and Saatchi takes 30%. So ignore that. Ignore that listing altogether. If you come from YouTube, just ignore it. I know I linked it in a description once, but I have to revise that. And anyway, yeah. So that's just. Plus, that price includes shipping too. So hopefully, I'm gonna have my own website. Copper Sunset. What can we say about Copper Sunset? She's small. I like to work in smaller formats. She, again, came to be accidentally. Also done with one brush. I love just taking one brush and seeing where it can take me. Sometimes when I want to blend something, I take like the fan brush or some other brush, but I usually work with one brush. She's small, she's gonna be framed. She is also available as original only, no prints, because no print can reproduce the shine. And when I tell you she shines like hell. I love what I did here is, I think I actually truly started improving when I simply took a color wheel and I observed the colors that I want to work with. So this is not like a copy paste, this is just an imaginary abstract landscape. So I thought to myself, what colors go well or in contrast with copper? And that's how she came to be. I think that showcases that the most. Let me show her again. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking she's gonna get like a beautiful wooden frame. I think I'm gonna paint the frame or something. I don't know. We'll see. So that is Copper Sunset. Okay, a road less traveled. This is acrylic on an MDF board, I believe, varnished, framed under glass. So let me show her too. There's glass, but it reflects, so that, I think, was the first time that I actually decided to go darker. This was the first time I told myself, you're gonna include more black in your work. So, like they say, I broke a rule, and I included more black. And I think the contrast in this is awesome. I love her. She is 20 by 30 centimeters. I don't want to open her now. I think she's 20 by 30 centimeters. So again, smaller piece. I can't remember the brushes I used. I think I used like a couple of brushes. This was my Sky experimental phase. You don't see this piece right here, or maybe you do. You don't. I just wanted the sky to be random for some reason. So there she is. I think that's possibly one of my biggest contrast pieces, and I think she actually prompted me to use lemon yellow, and I've been using lemon yellow on most of my works, but she prompted me to stay with lemon yellow. I do use yellow. I use deep yellow. I use in acrylics Azo yellow orange, Azo something. I think I have both Azo orange or Azo yellow. I can't remember now. But lemon yellow stuck with me with this piece. For some reason, in my head, remind you, we all see colors differently. So the way I see this piece, or any piece, may not match by the way you see it, especially on the screen. For me, lemon yellow gives you the contrast of sunsets, and I have to simply include it in every piece. It can be a dot, or it can be like a larger sky like this here, or subtle like, I don't think you can't see that. Let me see what I have. Like it's in most of my works. A dash of lemon yellow. And I stuck with that, and lemon yellow is my love, and I'm not giving her up anytime soon. So, road rest. Less traveled one more time. I'm really trying to make this work. I hope it is. Okay. Show me the world. For me, this piece, this is the piece. And that is exactly how I presented it on my TikTok. The painting that changed me. This is also done in July 2025, 30 by 50 centimeters oil on canvas with acrylic background for texture that came on accidentally because I was overpainting some other pieces, I think maybe even 3 times. Let me just straighten her up. So, done with one brush only. If you ask me to repeat, there's no way. I don't know how, is it visible? Let me see. Thank you for the likes, Julie. Why isn't this charging? It's supposed to charge. Am I supposed to turn this on? It's on. Sometimes I feel old. I'm 34. I'm supposed to know how to charge a mirror screen. Yeah, it's gone. I don't see comments anymore. It's dead. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna be stick, but show me the world. So I just took a brush one night. I usually paint in like there's just, this house is a mess at the moment and I'm planning a renovation, so I do all my stuff in one room. I work in that room, I paint in that room, I sleep in that room. Artistically. And so I've been struggling with this canvas. I can't remember what was there before. And then I painted acrylics on top. And then that stayed as an abstract for like maybe a month or 2. And one night I look at it and I think to myself, you know, this can become something. Let's unify the colors. And I think I've used peach acrylics. And I just smear peach acrylics over. And I go, okay, tomorrow we're having fun, because you have to wait for 24 hours to have the painting fully dry before you proceed with oils. And I just take a brush, I think it was a filbert, I can't remember now, one brush again. But what I did again is also observe the color palette, observe the approach observe the color relationship. And I'm self-taught, and a lot of these things are kind of hard for me to explain how I do. And people ask me if I'm gonna teach art. I don't know. I can teach art, but I don't understand how sometimes I come to some things. Sometimes I do, sometimes I know, and I'm gonna do it on purpose. But this was basically just a color relationship. And I wanted it to look new. That's what I know. I wanted it to look new, but I also wanted it to go into that old masters kind of moment, which I think the texture helped, because there is texture here due to acrylics. And I just told myself, you're just gonna let it go and you're just gonna go with it. Now, one other rule that I follow when it comes to landscapes is the rule of thirds, but for some reason, I think it's not on the exact third of the canvas. You could kind of visually measure that it starts here, which kind of is a third, but the horizon line is basically here, which is almost to the middle, which got me surprised to how it actually worked with this piece. And I don't think I can repeat it. I have to try though. I will try. I don't think I can repeat it with any other piece. And another rule I followed was that the things in the distance are horizontal, whereas the things up front in the foreground are vertical. And that's how this came to be. And I think this piece changed my approach to art on so many levels that I can't begin to explain, because things are just different since then. I tend to sometimes do like a more, I don't want to say like traditional in relation to me, to my work. Similar pieces to what I used to do in acrylics, simply because my hand is learned that way. But this is different, and this is my baby, and they're all my babies, but she's just, I don't know. So once again, I don't know if the texture is visible, but it's there. It's not too much of a texture, but it's just there enough so you go like, oh, there is something, so you have to look at it again. So that's about that. This changed me, hopefully for the better. This taught me a lot, that you can still do great works with like one or two brushes. I think I'm gonna stick to that. I guess I'm gonna save on the brushes. And yeah, and ever since this one, I started adding more acrylic texture below, plus that also protects the canvas and the painting is long lasting. So that's Show Me the World. The next one is Apocalypto. Now this painting, some of you may know, who follow me for a while, that this painting got me the most subscribers on YouTube. She got me over 35, I think, now, 1,000 views. And I can't stand her. But people love her, again. Which goes to show that it's just, for me, it's a mess. Why the hell would I include red here? What did I often don't think, I just go, but what was I thinking? Why? It's oil on canvas, unstretched. And the weirdest part is that I did this just so I could spend the color I had opened up, and it was about to dry, because I mixed a palette. Let me talk about the approach to mixing colors. So I mix a palette, and I never, for the life of me, can mix just enough for one work. So when I mix a palette, I tend to do like either 2 or 3 pieces within the same palette. So I don't know what I did. These were remaining colors. And so I thought to myself, okay, these are just gonna dry. Let me spend them. Let me see what I can do. It's a smaller canvas. I think this is, with the frame, she could be 25 with 35. I'm not sure. I don't know. And I thought to myself, okay, let's just spend it. Yeah. I need to get a new things. And I took a brush and I was just like, okay, let's do something nice. I wanted it to be nice, but it's olive green. It's olive green. It's like you took the biohazard material and put it on. And then I think to myself, okay, it's Apocalypto. Let's just go with that. And again, there are trees, the abstract of trees, which like the nature wins. Okay. And people got stuck on it. I go on YouTube and I post her and bam, like the first time ever, and probably the last in this year, that I sit and you reload the page and you see thousands and thousands of people. And I'm like, I hate it. So if you're an artist, post everything. Post everything. She's available. If someone wants to help me get rid of her, she's available. I think I also have prints. I'm struggling with maintaining the ArtPal page. I think I did post prints. Okay. A face from a church window. Let me see. I think besides it's pinned on my profile, the 40-hour 1 meter by 1 meter landscape. I think this is another painting that I spent too much time on. It was supposed to be an impersonation of stained glass. But then somehow midway I figured out there's no way I can pull off stained glass with acrylic. And so there she is. And she also has, like, there's texture with, it's supposed to mimic the separation between glass. And I've included her because she shows persistence. She shows that you shouldn't quit, because she probably went through at least 3 ugly stages, which I don't know how I went through that, but yeah, she went through 3 ugly stages. I have these little hangers so they it won't lead well, but yeah. And this was one of the hardest pieces also that I've done, because for some sections I kind of didn't know whether I'm supposed to have her more shiny or have her matte. The face, it still looks soft to me. People liked her, I guess. It still looks soft. She's 30 by 40 centimeters on like a natural canvas acrylic. But that's all in all shows persistence. And I picked her because that's one of the rare times that I don't finish a painting within 10 days. I usually do it within 1 day, so when I finish work I tend to paint. She took a lot. Too much, possibly. But yeah. Reminder that I don't see any comments. My little screen died, and I'm sorry if I'm not replying to someone. So you can follow me and DM me if you want to chat. Yeah, the face from the church window. I also wanted to do a church, like the whole church window with maybe, I don't know, some cross or something. But knowing how long it took to do this, I started it, but I gave up. I won't do this ever again. So there's that. And they're all varnished except for oils. Sunflowers, okay. Sunflowers. Let me just get this. Babies. Okay. So I live near a sunflower field, and so this came to be. This is what happens when I paint flowers with oils. They are, I don't know if you can see the texture. I hope I'm showing them right. The light is here, so it's done with spatula. The background is done with brush and it's done with spatula. I like the color relationship here as well. I like that they're small but effective. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do more flowers in this style because they feel and look contemporary, and I like it. I don't like flowers per se. For some reason, pure landscapes are perfect for me, but flowers, I can't yet get a hold of the shapes in my head. I can draw them, but I can't paint them. So if I draw and then paint, it's fine. But if I just want to paint, it's wiped out of my brain completely, and I can't form a shape of a flower. So one of the motives that I should definitely work on more and practice more. So nothing much to say about this. I like it as like a small contemporary piece. It's a good contrast. It's a good frame. I just like it. I like it. Yeah. And last but not the least, the Midnight Walk. The Midnight Walk. This is the piece that got popular on TikTok. It's not a photo, it's oil on unstretched canvas. And people were super interested in buying her. So I made some prints. And she has a sister too, but she's not framed yet. I can go and get her sister. So, oh, and the sunflowers and Midnight Walk are 30 by 30 centimeters. Maybe 31 by 31 if you count the frame. There's actually a live of me painting her, I think on YouTube. Yeah, I streamed this one live, I think. I wanted to show how in more cases than one, when you start something, you visually get drawn to a certain place in canvas, and you know that you're gonna place a tree there or a house or whatever you paint. So my compositions are unplanned. They are fully accidental, and I think I'm going to soon let that go for a while because I want to explore planned compositions, but that remains to be seen. Again, nothing much to say about this piece. It came up accidentally, but people loved it, so I wanted to show her again when she's framed. The stars were done with a clean toothbrush. I think I used 2 brushes for her. Yeah. And again, just following a few simple rules. The rule of thirds, so place the landscape either fully down or fully up. But I love it when the sky is more prominent, depending on how the sky comes up, but I love it anyway. And yeah, and I picked this frame for her to contrast the sky and to match the stars, because the stars are white. And she's pretty too. So yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to reconnect the screen to my computer so it charges. I don't think I can connect it to the phone again though. Let me see if I can access here. Is it going to let me? Can I? If I click live, what will it do? No, it prompts me to go live again. I'm not gonna touch it, so I don't mess it. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me just run a final word to make this feel like a live exhibition. And this is empty. My phone was attached, but it's empty now. So let's just pretend, okay. So thank you all for coming, and I think I'm going to repeat this. I've enjoyed it quite much. I'm not going to repeat the paintings, of course. I am going to schedule and announce my next exhibition on time. I'm guessing it will be over on YouTube. So there is a calendar for events, and I'm gonna go ahead and schedule that. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for the comments that I'm sorry I didn't see. I'm going to take a look once I log off. And thank you for tipping if you did. Again, I'm sorry I didn't see. My little screen died. So I'm gonna ensure I charge it now so it's ready for the next time. I hope you enjoyed. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to selling some pieces. I am open to maybe join in with another artist if you want. I think we can co-host or something. There's a feature. I liked it. I hope you liked it too. And I will see you around. I'm online 24/7 almost, so feel free to reach out if you have any questions or feedback, or how I can improve my online exhibitions so I can apply it next time. And subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me so you get regular updates on my work. Thank you and goodbye.